one thing you should always remember. When you see someone do something spectacular, say to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it. Whenever you see somebody do something great, in sports, in business, they make a lot of money, they do something academically, they achieve some position, they learn something like a foreign language or a coding language, they have a skill you don't have. Maybe if you're a basketball player, they shoot threes from super deep or whatever it is. When you see someone do something, think to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it. And if you have that mentality, then the world is yours. You can achieve anything in this life. You need to find out how they did what they did and then copy what they did. It's really simple. It's so simple that people make it more complicated. You buy 1,000 self-help books, you buy all kinds of stuff, instead of just going to the source of a successful person and say, hey, what exactly did you do to acquire this skill, to acquire this money? If you study people who are successful and then you actually do what they do, you'll find success. And if they can do it, you can do it. You just want to talk to somebody who's been there. And successful people will tell you, like truly successful people will say, if I can do it, you can do it. Which aligns with your thinking. That is, if they can do it, I can do it. Of course, there are some people who are super gifted. Like if you find a Stephen Hawking or an Albert Einstein, and you want to be a physicist, you may not achieve their heights. Okay, there are limits to your potential. But my God, your limit is so much higher than you think right now. It would blow your mind if you actually knew what your potential is. You would have to sit down for a few days if I could snap my fingers and show what you're capable of. Let's say you're 80 years old and you're sitting there on your couch and you're thinking back over your life, right? And let's say you've reached your highest potential in that moment. I would assume you've probably maxed out your career. You've probably learned foreign languages. You've probably traveled the world. You've probably got a lot of skills that it would blow your mind, right? Just the time you dedicated to learn a lot of things, you would sit there and, if I could give you that vision now, I think you'd go, oh my God, I'm capable of all that? Yes, you're capable of all of that. You have so much time to do so many things. And it doesn't just apply to success in business and money and sports and school, and it applies to relationships. It applies to spirituality. Find somebody who's actually had an experience of God, who's a saint, like a true saint, not these pop saints, not the mega church guys, like people who really embody spirituality, and find out what they did, explore what they did. If they can do it, you can do it. To a certain degree. We're realistic on this channel. Not everything you want to be can you become the highest in the field, the best in the field. It's not possible. You're not always going to reach the very tippity top. You get damn near close. Seriously, you can. In a lot of different fields. And maybe in one field, you really do reach the near pinnacle. Top 1%, top 0.5%, who knows? Hey, maybe your potential's top 5, top 10%. There's no shame in that. If you're maxing it out, giving it your all, you've done all that is asked of you. There's a story in the Bible that I've talked about on this channel. I just think it's really telling. It's a story of a man who goes away and gives his sons talents, coins. Gives one son 1 coin, let's say a gold coin, gives his second son 3 gold coins, and he gives his oldest son 5 gold coins. And, well, he goes away for a while and he comes back, and he goes to the first son, his oldest son, who he had given 5 coins to, and he says, what did you do with the 5 coins? He said, I invested them in business, and I've, quadrupled your money. Now I have 20 coins. Father says, very good, and hugs him. Middle son, who I gave 3 coins to, he said, I also invested, I put your money to work, and I now have 5 coins. I've almost doubled your money. Father says, great. I'm paraphrasing the story a little bit. To the youngest son, who he gave one coin to, one gold coin. The youngest son said, well, Father, I know you really care for your money, so I buried it in the ground, and I still have this gold coin. And you'd think the father would say, well, good, I gave you this, and you were very conservative with it. Good. No. The father says, get out of my sight. I cannot stand you. You're no longer my son. He basically disowns him. Now, why would he do that? I think it's very interesting that these coins are called talents. And, well, I think the moral of the story is you take whatever your talent is, whatever you're gifted at in this life, and you invest it in the world. You try to maximize your potential with it. So the oldest son had 5 coins. He turned it into 20. He maxed out his talent. Second son maxed out his talent, only got him to 5 coins. Hey, he maxed out what was possible for him. The youngest son just hid his talent. And so many people get to the end of their life and they never went for it. I think there's one thing you can say about me and a lot of the guys who follow this type of program. We go for it. If you grab my friends, I don't think you would find a single friend who would say, Dylan doesn't really go for it. He doesn't really try things. He's hiding his talent under the ground. No. I go for it. In everything. Everything I do, I just go for it. And that's because I believe in my heart, if I see somebody do something cool, not only do I want to do that, but I believe if they can do it, I can do it. Maybe I can't do it to their level, but I'm going to reach my highest level in that field. So if you're an athlete and you see somebody who's great, say, if they can do that, I can do that. Right? If you're a businessman and somebody in your field of business has reached the top, you think to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it. I'll find a way. And hopefully I can find their way and then copy it. You'll have room, trust me, you'll have room for innovation and finding your own way of doing things. It's very, very important that you have this in your soul. If you see somebody do something great, you think if they can do it, I can do it. You think if they can do it, I can do it. Growing up, I was always interested in the mental game. After years of study, I developed the Basketball Brain program. My life is devoted to helping others achieve their greatness. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and if you take a chance with the Basketball Brain program, I promise you your game's going to reach levels that you never thought possible.